All right, of course, the key question now is how will voter turnout be tomorrow? Will candidates like Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders inspire more people to get to the polls? Paula is live in downtown Detroit. And Paula, you've been talking to potential voters today. What are they saying?
Well, you know, it's very interesting what they say. First of all, I do want to show you, though, this is Media Central. We're talking about the national media. This is Kate Snow. She just finished an MSNBC live show here at the at the American Coney Island in Detroit. You know what? I got to tell you this. Mara talked about these delegate rich, this being a delegate rich area, and it really is. Yet it was easier for us to find non-voters than it was to find voters today, and it's a real conundrum. Charlie Cole is a tool and die guy from Warren. He's not rich, but he's worked hard all his life and raised a family. He is a registered voter who admits he's not big on voting.
Let everything unfold and hope for the best, you know.
The last time he voted was 8 years ago, and other than that, he hasn't bothered. But this year he will.
With all the things that's going on with all the big fights, and it's very, you know, interesting and keeps you captivated.
Numbers from the Macomb County Clerk's office show Charlie is a typical Macomb County voter. In 2008, only 23% of Macomb voters bothered to show up at the polls. In 2012, that turnout at the primary dropped to 18%. This year, there is more excitement about the race. In Macomb, voter turnout tomorrow is expected to hit 30%. More than 66,000 absentee ballots were sent out. As of today, 81% have already been returned. And there are 56,000 more voters, 11,000 more just since January, when things got extra nasty.
I even got, you know, the kids all excited about it.
The turnout projection is still low, especially when you consider the stakes. This year, Michiganders are actually poised to truly pick the general election ballot. This year, both parties will use the results of the primary for delegate allocation. In 2008 and 2012, the Michigan presidential primary was too early. Republicans were even penalized and lost their voting strength. This year, every vote just plain matters. 79-year-old Arthur Daniel of Detroit hasn't missed a vote in 55 years.
I seriously take voting very seriously.
Detroit has its own election commission, apart from Wayne County, but in the county of Wayne, lots of no-shows. In 2008, a mere 20% of voters turned out. That number dropped to only 13% in 2012.
They are missing a privilege that they receive now that people died 4 years ago, and especially black, that didn't have the right to vote.
In Oakland County, we met Jennifer Kirkland.
There's nobody I want to vote for.
So why bother?
I'm thinking about it. If my knee's not that swollen, maybe I'll hobble up there.
Yeah, you know what? In Oakland County, the numbers trend the same way. 70% of voters are deciding that tomorrow just doesn't matter when it absolutely positively does. By the way, on my Facebook page, Local 4 Paula Tupman, I'm putting personal messages from area clerks who are begging people to come out to the polls because this year it really does matter for Michigan.
All right, Paula Tutman reporting for us. Paula, we appreciate it, and we asked our Local 4 Facebook friends if they plan to vote in tomorrow's primary. 83% said yes, 7% said no, 9% undecided.